Alright, anyway, so since I'm actually so successful now, I'm making sure that you understand that the people around town over here, that they're just so tricky, aren't they? Because guess what? Approach, they're all lying to me about how successful I am. And they never want to follow me because I'm somebody so successful and inspirational, and they never want to admit that. I mean, they never want to admit that, and I see it. I see it exactly. And they have nothing to say over here, but they just never want to follow me, but they follow their friend who is in sixth grade. And they follow their friends who is in sixth grade, but never want to follow me because I have 10,000 more images than them in life, and then they want to follow me. So I realize, although, guess what, approach, it's more how they're lying, but what I do now is I just focus on myself over here. I'm focusing on understanding that this world is very violent like that. Approach, they're very violent people, and I let it be that way. But now I'm understanding that no matter what, that they follow me behind the scenes. But I'm just going to do my business. I'm going to do my life. And as I do my life now, I'm focusing on just strategizing exactly how to plan these events. And now my DJing set is coming after my events. Unfortunately, that's it. Unfortunately, no matter what, I have plenty of time. I save money and time over here. I'm making sure after the 20th of May, I can have my beautiful DJ set, and that's it. So no matter what, that if for some reason people never give me money on the day, Porsche, I do it for free. I understand anyway. I did everything for free regardless. But the whole process is I'm starting the process of helping myself move forward here very quickly, and I'm understanding that no matter what, I have 19 days until I get my DJing set. I get my DJing set, and either way, I'm just talking it over. I'm understanding I did start the process of promoting myself, and what I do now is I'm learning just quickly and quickly upon what else I need to do around events. So to make these kind of Marlow events, I probably should know until I get to the point of being able to have a fan base. And now, if they never want to follow me like they're doing now, probably should, guess what? Probably should, it's much more how I feel that they follow me, but they're never following me online. But do they have to follow me online? I probably should know. Probably should, they never have to follow me online. Others, although yes they do. Others, yes they do. Probably they have to follow me online. But what's the difference between me and Marlo? I love it. Approximately Marlo is having people follow him because he's less successful than me. I mean, he's less successful than me, and people are following him, but never me. I mean, why is that? Because I'm more successful than him. So no matter what, I realize that no matter what I do, is I focus upon understanding that if you really want to compare the difference between me and Marlo and other DJs, then see how much music I'm doing and see how much music they're doing, and that's it. I mean, I'm just doing more music than them, and that's it. I mean, understand? So no matter what, I feel that I'm just much greater than those people, and I'm understanding anyway that as they are doing that to me, I realize I want to go another way. I want to go a different way then, because I feel that other people's content is working for them, while my work is working for me, but other people never appreciate my content, and they never appreciate what I do, but they appreciate what other people do, and that's the thing. So anyway, that since they are actually doing that to me, I make sure I go a different way, all the way. And if they always like that to me, and if they never show up to my events when I make it, I mean, guess what I do? I cancel all events. I then cancel all events about me, and I make sure I just go online. I never care about them then. Unfortunately, then I never care about them. And then what I do from that point is I make sure anyway I plan something else, I do something else, I do something different. But making sure you understand that no matter what that I feel, then this world is fucking shit. I make sure you understand that no matter what, then my world is good always. I understand, so my world is good. I have everything that's good in my life. And I understand the world is good. So what I want to do is understand that no matter what, that my life coaching and everything in terms of life coaching is always working. And I can feel a pathway over here of my life coaching especially, and my music production especially, is working in Australia. So in Australia right now, I'm prospering in music production and life coaching right now. And what I'm doing is each and every single event I make, I book the room, I see how much the room is, I make sure I give them the money, and I have the money ready, and I make sure I make this event successful, and I make sure I promote my events as much as I can around town while promoting my Instagrams on postage. Right now is all I do. And from that point, I realize from that point I go and I have to go overseas. So I realize from this point I understand that no matter what, that my biological mother comes in to some degree to help me. And guess what? I promise you, it's much more how I feel. It's much more how I have to delay something, and I never delay anything. But I'm making sure I have to just go with her because I don't want to delay my family. So I'm making sure I just go with them, and then I focus upon something around my life and what I'm doing. And that way, I'm understanding that no matter what, I have to come to Australia anyway And then once I come to that, once I come to this point, realize there's a big difference over here. Approaching now, this is something that I can see happening right now. I can see something's happening over here. So this is something where I'm prospering, but it's something different, and I have the money. I have money, I have everything. But I'm understanding that no matter what, that from that point, I can see straight away I'm just going into nightclubs right away. And I'm straight away into nightclubs, I'm straight away into the events, I'm straight away going to my life coaching degrees, and I'm promoting myself everywhere. I have everything happening for me. I'm making sure no matter what, the people can see me straight away. I have this nice and beautiful event at Burrowing. And now, no matter what, I'm always showing up to these places every single year. And that way I'm promoting myself really quickly. I'm going around different areas, promoting my business cards always differently. And I'm spinning the world like this. And that's it. I'm enjoying myself. I realize Grant Cardone comes into my life at some point. He has to come into my life at some point. And if he doesn't, it's because he is unaware of me. And now, either way, it's because I have to make him aware. So I understand he's aware of me. So I'm understanding that no matter what, they have to go and do a greater job for him to be able to promote me. And that's it. I love I. Unfortunately, now, I understand that no matter what, that since that's the case, I see this nice and beautiful vibe around me. I understand I have to promote faster and faster and faster, but that nice and beautiful clock is ticking. And that clock is ticking fast to the point I'm understanding that I just keep going. I keep promoting these business cards day in and day out. I go and promote all my events, and I promote myself and promote myself and promote myself and promote myself. And eventually there's a pathway that leads straight to Jesus Christ. And I'm understanding anyway, I just go that way. I'm leading my life. I'm looking nice and beautiful. I'm making sure I'm promoting my events. I'm uploading content online every single day. I'm making sure from this point now, I'm making sure that what I want to see is more events around town where my mentors are going. I want to follow them consistently. I want to be able to understand now what's going on around economics as well. And I want to understand anyway that what I want to do is be on top of it. I want to be making sure that no matter what, everything else is done. Making sure that no matter what, I learn very quickly. And I'm learning just much more about real estate and everything. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. And I'm actually solidifying my success. But with the woman and all this, I probably know I have to go overseas anyway. So I see 3 months over here, no girlfriend, at least. For 3 months. I can delay for 5 months a girlfriend over here. I never need a girlfriend for 5 months. So I'm understanding to just write that down right now. And that way I'm very serious, guys. I'm very serious about my life over here. I'm making sure I'm planning my life very quickly on audio camera right here. This is my audio program. And I'm planning my life in the audio program right now, as you guys can see. So I'm actually understanding that no matter what, I just go right. I have better than girlfriend. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that what I want to do is quickly understand that overseas over here, I'm understanding that the thing is about the promotion of my events over there. It's more how I feel, and I feel I deserve it. I feel I deserve to promote my events over there with live coaching and music production. Right now, it's much more how I feel that no matter what, I let it be. I realize there's too much going on. I mean, there's too much going on over there with my biological mother, where she feels that she just wants to be with me. I mean, she feels that she wants to be with me. I mean, she feels that no matter what that I feel, how I understand, but she never understands me. I mean, she never understands how I need to go around the world. I don't know what. So what I need to do is I understand that she wants to get in my way over here, and she wants to get in my way. But what I want to do is, right now, she can never get in my way. But what I want to do now is I want to let her be for now. I want to go and see her because I understand it's been 4 years. And then understand eventually she wants to do the same thing over and over and over again. But guess what? At certain times, I say no. I say, guess what? If I say no to her, it's more how I get her to come to me. I give her the money to come to me. And now, if she never wants to come to me, then I just go my way. That's it. At certain times, I understand it gets to a point where I have to invite her to come to see me, and that's it. Because otherwise, I have no time to see her. Unless she comes to see me. It gets to that point. And now with my other biological family, now with them, it's much more a difference where I can do the same thing. And that's it. I can do the same thing with them. And they come to see me. That's it. I understand? So that's how I do that. But with my biological dad, it gets to the point where he gets very sick. And I understand anyway, I have to be here. I have to be with him. And I have to just enjoy his life. And I just move on. That's it. From that point, I understand that no matter what, then my biological dad leaves Australia, and I find myself here alone. Russia, I find myself here alone. I love I. Russia, now, since that's the case, I love I. Russia, I want to be out of this place. I love I. I want to be gone from this place as much as possible. I want to go. I mean, I want to go away from Australia once my biological dad leaves Australia. I want to be gone from this place. I'm not sure. And why is that? Because I feel my mother now is actually taking control in a way that she's helping me to get some papers now. So I see this nice and beautiful destiny that my biological dad is leaving this Australia because he's getting sick and he's passing away. I mean, they said. But then my biological mother's gave me papers for Europe, and now that's the occasion where I just skip Australia and move on. And what I do is I get papers in Europe and I start making events with my mother around Australia and also around the world with her. And now she's more than willing to do it with me. And what I do is I make these events and she comes to my events everywhere. And she comes and supports me and everything. And she never has to, she never wants to. But what I do is I have money now. I have money in Europe, definitely. And I'll go and promote all over Germany and all over Spain and all over France and all over Ibiza. I go all the way. I'll go all the way by myself. And Armin van Buuren is very close to me too. And then I fly all the way to Australia because by the time that happens, there's a big gap over here. And now with Australia, from this point, that I'm gaining the experience now about Australia. And I'm gaining experience right now upon what I can do around Australia. But I'm seeing a time gap over here and I can see how to connect it together. So what's happening is right now I have to go to Australia and DJ now to see how it is. But what I can see from Australia now is understand that the wisdom is still the same. So what I need to do is just go anyway around Australia. But then from Europe to Australia, I have to make sure that I promote myself in the same way. But this time, I'm understanding that I want to go and understand that it's much more how I feel. That I need a fan base. I need a fan base still. And I need much more of a fan base. I realize now, anyway, I realize that from this point, I realize that if they call me around festivals around the world, then I have to go and show up to these festivals and I show up 1 week before the festival. I love it. Russia, then everything else is done. I mean, there's stand-up parachute. Then if people want to interview me or something like that, I can do some interviews online. And I can go and show up to their occasions. So if they interview me, or if they want to interview me, then I want to go and show up in front of their face as well. And do some interviews with them. And that's it. I love it. Russia, now anyway, Russia, as I do interviews with them in that city, I want to go and promote myself in that city somewhere. I want to do a music event somewhere. I want to just go and show up on the night. I want to give them money and say, hey, book me for this hour or whatever. And anyway, I give them money. I give them money and I make more money from that. And how do I make more money from that? I make sure I charge people at the door as well. I charge people because I booked the room. I booked that hour. And I want to make some money too. So I'm making sure anyway that I make some money while I go somewhere. And I'm making sure I just keep promoting and promoting. And as I go around the world and spinning records, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning much more the art of coaching. And I'm understanding that no matter what, at some point, I understand that my mentors want to call me. But I'm understanding that no matter what I feel, that they're running away from me for some reason. But it's more how I feel. And I feel that Dean Graziosi, for example, is trying to call me. Probably he's trying to call me. I'm probably sure Brian Rose, probably sure he's trying to call me too. Or sure anybody who's aware of me is trying to call me. But I'm understanding now that what's important is other people are running away because they're unaware about, or they're unaware about me. So what I need to do is I need to show up to their events and I need to go to their events and give them my business card so they can be aware of me, and that's it. Actually, now since I do that, I move on. I realize with the actors over here, I give them my business card and move on. Of course, they give me no opportunities. For the actors, give me no opportunities. For the singers, they give me massive opportunities to work with them, and that's it. I can work with them. I can work with these actors as well by interviewing them. That's how they give me opportunities like this. By making me somebody in their life where I can interview them. And that's how I can make my opportunities happen this way. So I'm understanding anyway that I can work with music producers, I can work with singers, I can work with actors, I can work with movie screen producers and directors of any kind of thing. I can work with screenplays and also with dancing recitals. And I can do whatever it is. I mean, what do you want me to do? I can do it. I mean, so no matter what, then from that point, I realized that that's all in connection together. Making sure from this point, I realized the wife and husband, because of the wife, and I never have a husband because I have a husband who is I only. I'm never gay. I'm always somebody who loves everything. But making sure that no matter what, I'm better than gay. I'm just the word I only. I'm making sure that what I do from this point with a wife in life, I understand that my wife is somewhere around America somewhere, or there's America somewhere, and I can see she's around America somewhere. I mean, why America? I'm from America. I can feel Los Angeles somewhere, that she's around Los Angeles. I mean, that's where my actual wisdom is pointing me to get a wife over there. I mean, that's it. I'm probably sure why over there because I fucking seen Australia. I seen fucking Europe. I seen fucking Serbia. I seen fucking some parts of Europe. I'm probably sure it's just the way I feel. I feel my girlfriend or my wife is somewhere in America, fucking somewhere distant from me. I mean, she's fucking gone somewhere in a fucking distant land of melodies, and I have to fucking go over there. I mean, I have to go searching for her over there. Understand? So, anyway, I have to go to America anyway. And now America's coming up for me in the next 10 years. And now, because America's coming up for me very soon, I'm making sure that Europe's coming up for me even closer. Russia, Australia is leaving me in the next 5 years. And now Australia is leaving me in the next, let's say, 10 years. I mean, is it 10 years? I realize, I mean, let's just say 10 years. I mean, make sure I understand something. I'm making sure that it's much better than that. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm never leaving Australia. I'm never leaving Australia, but I'm learning to see that I'm leaving Australia in the next 10 years. I'm understanding that no matter what, I understand my biological dad is here for the next, let's say, around 10 years. I'd say around 10 years. I mean, he has still, I realize my biological grandmother has around another 2 years. I give her another 2 years and more. So, anyway, from that point, I understand that no matter what, that I just go and see her as well. I make sure anyway that as I'm promoting myself in my company and what I'm doing around the world, I can see the different strategies of people and what they want from me. So what I want to do is I want to backtrack that in a way that it's helping me. I understand that they want to help themselves over here and they never want to help me. So what they are asking from me is for some kind of anticipation or some kind of regard for me to go with them, to be with them. But then what I do is I make it work for me and I make them come for me. I mean, when I give all the plastic money for you to come to see me, that's what I mean. But when they're giving me the plastic money, or when you're giving me all the plastic money to come and see you, then it's like I'm working for you. I really understand. But I'm never working for you. I'm working for Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ works for everything. So there we go. I'm working for you. I'm working for everything. But the thing is I'm making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon understanding that's the difference. Yeah, I want people to come to me. I want to give them money to come to me, and then I'm focusing on saying that Jesus Christ is saying that I'm doing greater, but I need to be able to just never procrastinate. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm looking at different aspects of life and different connection signals and understand these people around Australia are different. And I'm making sure I'm just moving on. I'm going somewhere different. I make sure that Ben Harvey is saying something about traveling around the world and traveling and advertising yourself around the world. I can do that, but how do I actually do that? I mean, all I have to do to be able to advertise myself in every country is I have to go to the country first. I make a selection to go to the country first. I stay local there for a bit of time. And how much time? I can say about 1 month. I can say 1 month promotion there. And then I make an event somewhere for 1 month. I start promoting myself there. And I move on. I start going to another event. So I say Spain. I go to Spain, Ibiza. I stay in fucking Spain, Ibiza for 1 month. And I fucking promote my business cards all over the place. And from that point, I realize I'm very successful anyway because Ibiza is something that already has customers. So I go where customers are right away. I go where the customers are. So that's music production, but life coaching is different now. Now life coaching is something I have to promote always. I have to do exactly that. I have to be at all these fucking places for at least 1 month prior to fucking promote my event there. And now, do I want to do that? Probably fuck no. Probably why not? Probably why not? Probably now, guess what? Probably it's the way, isn't it? Probably it's much more how I need to do it. I need to go to all these places to promote myself. And I have to give my business card to all these places. And regardless, I want to make events. I want to make events around myself. So if I go to Mostar, I say I'm in Mostar and people are going to come and see me. And it's coming up very quickly. I promise I can see it. And now all I do is I just go very quickly around people. And now I want to be able to go around cars. And then I just go and promote myself quickly and quickly and quickly. And I get myself around the stars as quickly as possible. I call them up. I say, hey, I want to be around you. I'll give you $10,000 or something like that. I make sure anyway, what for? I interview them or something. I interview them, I post on YouTube. I mean, that's it. I mean, in a sense, what I want to do is always grow like that. And I want to make sure anyway that what else can I do is I'm making sure that no matter what I can learn very quickly upon how I connect the dots together. I understand traveling around the world. I understand what's going on with Armin van Buuren. I understand that no matter what, that he wants me around. I'm pretty sure he wants me to come to events with him. And he wants me to always have new music coming up. So making sure anyway that what I want to do is with my music over here, with my sets, I want to be able to promote all of the music at some place around festivals. I want to make sure to see different aspects of life in terms of what I'm doing. So I'm making sure anyway that people are more than willing to give me 1 hour promotion for myself. And anyway, since I'm doing that, I understand that the promotion here comes from me especially. So what I do with this, I make sure that I can call up the festival, I can give them some money to have me at the festival, and that's it. I can do that for myself. But what I make sure is I understand straight away to be able to get to that point. I mean, it's just that kind of vibe where I have to place the music. I have to show them my music. And now they want famous people around town. I mean, they're saying, but no, I love my approach. It's more how I feel that with Timmy Trumpet and Sunset Brothers and Marcus Santoro, or they're going together and they're making events around themselves. And they're making events around themselves and they're sticking together. So what I need to do is understand that they never want me around and I can see it. I realize they never want me to come with them, and I understand either way. I just move on because I never need to be around those people. I mean, understand? I mean, what's amazing is I never need people who are sticking together who never want other people around them. So I just move on. So what I do is I go and find myself alone somewhere and just go solo. And now I want to be making festivals around the iPodium and the iHat. I want to be making sure that this nice and beautiful criteria is happening. And making sure anyway that I'm planning and planning and planning everything. And making sure I'm looking for different ideas and different ideas to make sure that anyway I realize that around events, I realize my events is something more. But making sure that no matter what, I need more always. I need to make sure that there's always coming more about my life. So I'm understanding that now, since the link between coronavirus and my biological mother and Europe and also Australia over here in terms of events and everything, I understand all I do is go straight away when I need to go to get my Europe papers because it's very important for me. And my biological mother gets the tickets and I just go. And I never worry about money for 2 months. And now she has all the money. All I do is I just relax and I just go with her. I go where she wants me to go and I just let her be. And that, I mean, always from that point, I understand I'm being a son over here. I'm enjoying myself, and she's always trying to feed me food and drink. But she's trying to feed me always food and drink. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I'm just always learning quickly. That's what my biological mother does, and she wants to make sure that you're comfortable in a way that you have accommodation and internet and whatever you need, money and clothing and whatever. So, alright, so what I want to do around her is I want to show her my lifestyle in a way that she sees already what I'm doing. And she can see already what I need to do in life. And now she's always new with me over here because it's something that she's never seen before about me. And it's something new. So it's that kind of passion. So I'm understanding that no matter what, it's a mother and son passion or biological family and Danny Milivojevic passion. And either way, I'm making sure that you guys understand it's much more like you have a passion with your family for something about you. So I'm understanding anyway that what's important is I'm understanding now that since I'm actually linking the information together, I realize that next hours and hours of my life over here, I understand I have to go around posting my nice and beautiful content. And now with my postage effect, I have to go and ask about that. I have to go and ask how do I make a poster around town that is, let's say, for example, I understand Jesus Christ wants a lamination over here. Or actually, Jesus Christ says, actually, that he can see something better over here. Or actually, you can see one of those billboards in terms of how that guy was doing it. Apparently now Jesus Christ says that man over here, apparently now how he does it, apparently that's different. But Jesus Christ is saying for me to go around and I have to get these billboards. I have to get the actual posters about buses. I mean, I have to go busway. I have to go to busway. I have to put my face on the buses quickly. And now, why is that? Apparently it's the best way. I mean, I have to go and find out the information. I have to go and see how much promotion is for myself to be on the buses of Sydney, Australia, right now, because that's something I need to keep promoting myself around this because Kim Kardashian does that. Or she actually goes around buses around here because she's putting the money into it. And that's it. Actually, that's why she's somebody who's always in promotion around Australia because she's promoting herself around buses all the time. And that's why I see it straight away now. So what I need to do always is do the same thing and I go and do it in every single country. I do it in every single country I can, all the time. And that way I'm always promoting myself, and that way I always have much more. So it's always worth it, because my name's always up there. My name's always promoting itself. So as I promote myself, I find greater ways of dealing with life in different ways, and I'm focusing on making sure I have more than enough content to deliver. I say bus advertising. I see television advertising as well. Whereas television advertising is different, but I'm not saying these people over here have already gone with me somewhere, so they actually follow me over here. So I'm understanding that no matter what, they want to go and see bus advertising in Sydney over here. I want to place my nice and beautiful ways of life around buses over here. So at the moment, it's a screamer for myself to do it right away. I approach it to do it right away. I get so much content. I get so much popularity just doing it right now. I get the best rate. I see the best media rates over here. So I understand that no matter what, I want to post my fucking image everywhere about Danny Milivojevic. Everywhere. And I want to be able to afford it right away. And just put all the money into it right away. Because that way it's promotion straight away. It's the best thing. So I understand these people have a quote over here. I have to call them. It's much more how I feel that they can promote me this way. And they can promote me inside the buses and on the back of the buses. And I can just advertise myself quickly. And I become somebody right away. I see straight away people and lots of people coming up to see me. So I realize I have to call them. I have to contact them because I'm worthy of this promotion and I understand that. So what I do is nobody else is doing this except I. So I understand straight away that what I want to do is I want to telephone these people. I'm understanding Jesus Christ says, excellent, man. You're very quick to act. I'm understanding now what I do is I know I only, and I'm making sure always to focus upon my life. So I understand I give them I give them the money they want. I'm understanding now what Jesus Christ wants me from now on to do is just to go and develop myself with audio programs, and then I just go and focus upon understanding that there's always more. I'm understanding that I want to be able to side hustle something around DJing, and I want to be able to DJ my music as well. So I have to go and actually see how I have to DJ my music. So that's coming up as well, and I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning straight away that my content over here is almost actually producing itself. So I understand that no matter what, it's almost ready to go into a better direction. So I'm actually understanding that no matter what, that everything else in terms of tickets now, I'm understanding that tickets are door sales all the way in Australia until I mean, tickets are door sales in terms of life until Santiago, and now that's the case. I'm understanding that's already, let's say, another 5 months of door promotions. I realize I have to do door sales for 5 months, guys. And I realize anyway that just keep going because that's a long time. But guess what? I realize it's 5 events. In a sense, so anyway, I realize I just want to keep doing door sales over here. So I say I keep doing door sales. I keep doing door sales. Alright, now I apologize for that one. So I'm making sure I can write my nice and beautiful content over here. So make sure I place my nice and beautiful lead products over here on the actual table, and then I take out my phone in a way that I never take out my phone, but I go and never do anything other than making sure that I do better to get my phone to say I keep doing door sales for 5 months over here. I'm not saying other people watching me over here and they're saying something about me in terms of how I am. But making sure anyway that they're just people who are going their own way. So I'm making sure anyway I'm uploading my content very quickly. I'm just dwelling upon keeping up with the promotions is what Jesus Christ is saying. For me to keep promoting everything. I'm making sure that my beautiful tracks over here for some reason is gone. Why? For some reason it's never even exporting my file. Alright, now what I want to do is, for some reason I understand every single time I want to go and do something greater. So what I do now is I try to export 45 minutes of it. Something else is happening over here where I have to connect the dots. I have to do something different. I'm making sure anyway. But what's funny about this, I realize something about this now. I realize my MP3 does upload. I realize my MP3 works. But this content for some reason is doing my head in. And now why is it doing my head in? I want to find out exactly why this is. So what I do is I try to export the 16-bit file version. I try to export the 16-bit file version here. See, now anyway, I realize what's important for me is just to understand every single time what is going on around here and why is it doing that. So what I want to do is I want to place my export I want to export a WAV file. I want to make sure that it's somewhere around here. But what I'm doing is I'm studying upon the art of what I'm doing. So as I go and read products around here to see how my success is going in different ways, I'm just looking to see why exactly is that happening. I'm making sure that I can see exactly why. I mean, it has to export that kind of file, doesn't it? Roshi has to be able to make sure that I'm always delivering content. I'm making sure anyway. I make sure that what I want to do is I want to place this as 16-bit WAV file. I just say 15 and 16-bit. I just say I over here. Place it as desktop. I save the file. I place it as MP3. I place it as a 16-bit file. I try this, man. If this never works, if it's more how I feel. Or I feel then it's something that's ripping me off. I understand. Approaching now, that's how it is, yeah. Approaching now, I understand. No matter what, I'll just move on. Realize now that's something I have to really figure out about why is that content never uploading. Approaching now, I understand that. I understand either way. Approaching Jesus Christ says it's something to do with the computer. Approaching Jesus Christ says it's just that. Approaching I'm trying my best over here. I realize now it's much more how I feel. But the content over here is something more. But I want to just go and really dwell upon understanding that Jesus Christ is saying over here that it's just something to do with the computer. So I have to understand what. I have to understand exactly to just keep going with 16-bit files then. And I just keep uploading content. So as I upload content, so I understand I did already do 1,000 photos of myself today with fashion modeling photos, and I did 1,000 poses and more. Oh, I see how much that is. So I understand that no matter what, that it's more how I feel about life. That I'm doing great, so why not? I make sure all the time that I feel that this over here in terms of my computer is something different. But I just realized something. I realized it's much more how I can export half the file, and I understand that no matter what, that I can really test that out as well. So making sure that no matter what, that everything's safe and sound. I'm making sure I can connect it together and I can do something greater. And I understand although that if that happens to me, or if it's much more how I feel, where I need to go and connect it together in a way that's helping me move forward. But maybe, or else it can be the megabyte structure of the gigabytes and how big it is, for example. So my content may be so big to export that it never does export. I mean maybe, but I understand anyway that it's a great audio program to be able to go and do something great with it. So I'm focusing on just going and delivering content for myself to do greater and greater, because I understand anyway that my MP3 file is more enough. Otherwise, or actually my MP3 file is more enough. I understand I already have the file, but my 16-bit version has to go on the nice and beautiful Spotify. And now that's different, but making sure you understand I can play my music with MP3 files, and that's what I do always. So everything else is nice and sweet, but I'm understanding that no matter what, that yes, it's much better to have a 16-bit and 32-bit WAV file, so you have better quality about what you're doing. But I'm understanding that is how it is. And it's just copyright. That's all it is. It's just copyright. And that way I'm always understanding anyway that what I can do is I can surpass it. I can surpass it and just have the WAV file anyway. I can have the files there and I'm just let it be that way. And that's something I can do. And now, is it better for me now? Or should I let it be for now? I let it be. I want to export this nice and beautiful content, but what I do is I zip the loop package and I just keep the package inside of my nice and beautiful content. I just let it be then. So I can go around it. So I'm making sure anyway that I let it be. So what I want to do always is I want to connect the dots together. I want to mash up my nice and beautiful music with content. And I'm making sure anyway that as I mash up my music, I'm doing something different. I'm making sure I'm learning quickly upon what I need to do. I'm understanding I'm a star, Jesus Christ says. I thank you. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm always talking to God, I'm always talking to everybody online. I'm making sure that no matter what, I have plenty to do every single day. I'm focusing on looking to see who's watching me every single day. I'm learning to see how I'm actually dwelling upon life in different ways, but I'm always confident about what I'm doing. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I really understand how people are really different about me. And because they're very different, I just move on. I move on about what I'm doing every single day. And I'm focusing on just improving myself because that's what I need to do. I need to make sure now that I can go and do some more Netflix. I although want to eat something, I want to drink something now. I want to make sure I'm doing content along the way. Making sure that what I want to do first is I want to eat the rice over here. And I understand that no matter what, that first I want to eat the rice. And I have bread as well. I have bread and rice over here. I make the rice over here, so I have bolognese sauce. I go heat this up now. I make sure that no matter what, I place it in my bowl over here. And now, why not place it in my bowl? And I understand that no matter what else I want to do is I just want to eat the rice now. And I want to just let it be. I understand that for the past 2 days I was making noodles. And I never want to make noodles again with anything that I eat. Because what I want to do is I want to eat just the rice. And then if I need noodles, then I just eat noodles. I understand, but before I was eating rice and noodles and peanut butter and bread, I was eating bit by bit everything. But what I want to do now is I just want to eat one spice or one material and one food and drink, because that way I can finish it. And that way I understand that no matter what, that if you have noodles and then you have tofu on the side and then you have also rice and pasta on the side and you have spaghetti, Roshi, guess what happens? Roshi, then you can only finish the rice only, but the fucking noodles that you made is for nothing. And then you have to wait for 24 hours to eat it. And you never wait for anything. But I understand that's how I feel. So as I feel, I grow always. I'm making sure I'm always delivering content. But make sure you're always putting your shoes on quickly when you're actually going somewhere around tiles, so you're actually never cold. And just focus on yourself and focus on moving on from those people who you were hanging around with before. I mean, you never need to call them to see you or anything like that. Because what's important is understanding that you can always feel their vibe, that they're never really into you much. So make sure you understand that alibi. Or if you go around people promoting yourself and they have no promotion of themselves, of course they're very jealous people, man. So what you do is alibi approach now. Just make sure you're always around yourself, alibi, and making sure that I'm always promoting my content, I'm promoting who I am. But now since I'm understanding my music is actually getting up, I focus on doing more content in live coaching for now. So I'll actually get ahead of the game in terms of what I'm doing around events. And I'm promoting my events now, and it's finally that I understand I have my ABN number now. I have all the processes going, I can go and keep going. But the next ABN number is going to be 3 years of registration. I mean, I have 3 years of registration, and I give around $300. And I have 3 years of ABN number, and I have a business account number as well. And I keep the business account number going now, because I open up the business, and now because I understand my actual content over here, I understand straight away how much to place over here in my actual content over here. So I have a spending tracker, and I just go and say 3 years, I have ABN number. I have ABN number in the next registration from 2022 to 2025. And now anyway, that's what the date is. Actually, what I do now is I have 4 years of pure ABN number, which is Australian business number. I just say 4 years, I have Australian business number from 2021 to 2025. And now I understand other people are much more into me right here, and they're saying how they have to come and see me because it's the only way they can see me. So what I do now is I understand $302 over here is a registration number with everything. And what I need to do very quickly is get my passport. I have to get my passport very soon. So I understand that no matter what, that my passport's coming up, and I have to get my passport very soon. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that after my nice and beautiful event on the 28th of May, I get my passport. And that's it. So I have 19 days, I have 18 days, I have 19 days from that point. I just say I give for my next registration ABN number for 3 years. I extend myself for 3 years and more, or else anyway I'll make sure that no matter what, that from that point, or else that I have 19 days over here, I have 19 days, or else now, do I need my actual DJ deck? to go to overseas, I promise you, guess what? I promise you always. I have 19 days. I promise you, I have 19 days to realize what? I realize what's in 19 days now. I realize that I have to go get myself a nice and beautiful program over here, so I can go always back and I can pause it, the audio program. I can pause my actual voice memo to see exactly what I've been doing. Alright, now anyway, I went back into my voice memo and I did find actually what I did say. So passport is what came up. So I understand I get my passport. I get my passport in 19 days time. Alright, anyway, now I'm saving time, and alright, now how much time did I save just today, for example, in May, the 10th of May, over here, I have, how much time did I save? I save already today 26 years and 19 days and 11 months and 2 weeks. I already saved that much time. I realize now it's cold in terms of my feet, it's cold over here, so I want to make sure I go get my shoes very quickly, and make sure that you guys understand that if you're savvy about life, then just let everything go, and just understand that what you need to do is always understand that if you have running water somewhere, then just let it run. Never stress yourself. Guess what? Stress yourself in a way that you're learning and growing, but you're never ever in negative stress. So what I do now is I'm focusing on understanding that I have an appointment coming up. I have an appointment coming up with these people, and I want to be making sure that I go and change my address now. So as I change my address now, I'm making sure that people can see what I'm doing. So if I do that now, of it's much better that I do so, because they may want me to work over there at the 9 to 5. So what I want to do is understand this now. If I go searching for a job now, and whatever happens, I realize that I want to make sure that I never see these people again. I never want to see them anyway. I have to change my address now. I have to go into the actual contents of the Centrelink, and I want to just go and change my address. And I go into the actual foundation of where I am, in terms of which kind of, let's say, music event, or in terms of address events where I am, and I just say Q Space Hotel is where I live now. I'll go live at the Q Space Hotel, and I send no matter what, there's a Centrelink over there and there's a new job provider, and I just get away from these people for a month or something like that. So I never want to be around them. Whereas what's important for me is understand they said to me, they said to me to never promote myself. They're fucking stupid people, yeah? For fuck's sake, I never want to be around those people. So what I want to do now is I focus upon understanding, I can see a vibe happening around me, but I'm understanding that I'm working as quick as I can, guys. I'm doing as quickly as I can my life in a way to make sure I'm successful. I want to be so much more successful than everybody else. I want to make sure that I have so much more life force within me to be able to do whatever I need to do. But it's so funny how women never find me inspirational. It's so funny. I realize my biological mother finds me inspirational. I just see other women, in terms of the ones I met in my life, for sure all of them never find me inspirational. For sure all of them. For sure, no matter how much I've been talking to them in life, for sure they never fucking find me inspirational. I never fucking find them inspirational. There you go. I never find those women inspirational. So anyway, I just move on, because what I do now is I focus upon just growing my life in a way that I do greater. I just find my word I inspirational, and my word I is Jesus Christ, and I move up. And that's how I actually understand that no matter what, I'm just learning very quickly upon understanding that they're never trying to kill me or anything, but it's more how I feel that they never fucking care about me in words. And that's how I feel. So how I feel is I just understand straight away. I can make a nice little soup with my rice today. Alright, now do I want to do that? I can. And I feel that I just let it be. I just go and eat the rice over here. I make sure I place it all in a bowl. I make sure that no matter what, I can go really dwell upon making sure that my life is successful. And understand my biological mum is much more, let's say, in excitement to see me. So I want to understand anyway that I go get my passport very soon. And understand that it can take up to 4 weeks for the passport to arrive in your favor. So what I do is I go to Officeworks to have a photo for myself. Or I'll go to the post office to have a photo. And I do my nice little content over here. I just do something nice and beautiful. Where I'm understanding anyway. I apologize for that, but I'm understanding that I'm just making some noise around here in terms of my nice and beautiful way of life. Where I'm understanding that I'm just doing my content in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. And I'm just learning to post more photos because it looks excellent on Instagram. people want to have that kind of profile for themselves. And they want to have a profile of them having tens of thousands of photos of themselves. I mean, do you want to have 1 million photos of yourself? I mean, of course you do. I mean, what kind of individual never wants their photos? I mean, serial killers. Serial killers never want their own photos. They want fucking other people's photos. For fuck's sake. I don't want to be around those people. Alright, so what I do now is I'm just washing the dishes. I'm making sure I'm heating my food. There's my rice over here. I'm just enjoying my life quickly. But I'm planning my life. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of planning. I can see ahead what's happening. I can see how to connect the dots. I can see how to meet some new people. I want to meet some new people like Steve Aoki. I want to meet Armin Brun. I want to meet Marlo. I want to meet the Sunset Brothers live somewhere. I want to meet Marcus Santori. I want to meet these people. I want to meet Timmy Topper. And now, for me to meet them, I have to go where they are. I have to make sure either way. And what I do is I focus upon understanding that they just have to get to understand myself in better ways right now, because they need me to be more aware. And I'm saying it's much more how I feel that they are aware of me, but they need me to be a superstar. They need me to be far greater than I am for them to hang around with me. So what I do is I move on. That's the case. It's the case. So what I need to do now is I just move on. I just let it be for now. But they want to invite me into the crew, I promise you. They want me to travel with them everywhere. I promise you. Now, what I do now is I focus upon understanding that if that's the case, I go with them. I go with them right away. And that way I just go and enjoy myself really quickly. And I just enjoy being around people who are much more like I am. And that way I deserve it. I deserve to be around better people. And that's it. Now people can see exactly that my music is actually rolling forward, and I'm doing something around music production and making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually do my life better. And as I do my life better, I'm looking at the different aspects of life, of what's going on in terms of my life. And I'm making sure I can understand what's happening always. So I can see straight away how my brother for that gives me some money over here. And he gave me $80. That's already a nice and beautiful win for me today. I'm making sure anyway. Now, I just ran away from him. I ran away from him before, many times, because he was scaring me. The person how he is. Now, anyway, just never run away from anybody. Just realize that they do love you, and understand that if you have to run away from people I love, then make sure you never run away. Make sure you never run away, but just go away from them in a way that you have more than enough to be away from them for however long you have to be in terms of life. But make sure you understand that you just do what you need to do. Everybody is different here. Whereas with my biological dad, I promise you that he turns into some kind of, let's say, individual, and it's more like how I feel. I feel that I never fell, but I'm understanding that everything's good. I'm understanding that no matter what, that I learned very quickly that what you say about others comes true. So make sure you just be careful about everything, and just be careful and honest with yourself to love your life and focus on yourself and your content and how you're promoting yourself to other people, and just focus on your life, because I understand that straight away when these people see I'm gone from Australia, or actually now, they're going to be talking to themselves about me online, and they're going to be talking amongst themselves about how I'm living my life. But now, since I'm out of the picture with them, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm doing better than that. I'm making sure that no matter what, that they are out of the picture with I. That's it. I never want to be around those people, because they have nothing to say to me in words. I realize that, so what is amazing is never have a heart attack. I never have a heart attack in my life. But what's amazing is make sure that no matter what, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you just be honest with yourself in terms of how you are, then make sure that you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do. So every single day I'm learning very quickly upon myself and how I'm talking and how I actually look at myself in the mirror as I talk. So as I talk, I'm actually walking the walk and I'm walking the talk. That's the whole point, guys. If you want to understand anything about life, then stop scratching yourself and make sure that no matter what, that you become aware of much more of how you scratch yourself. And that way you understand straight away how to be on top of it. And then you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly upon the art of persuasion with yourself and other people to be able to do greater, because that's how you actually live. When you live greater all the time, always ever, in terms of always give yourself the content that you need to succeed. So if you want to understand that no matter what, that I'm learning to love I, because I love I so much. I'm understanding that now, since I'm actually doing greater for myself in terms of image and in terms of my life over here. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I'm saying I love you, making sure that no matter what, they understand straight away. I'm learning my art of courage right here, to just speak up and speak up and speak up, because that's the whole point. But I'm never rushing to go anywhere, making sure I'm rushing to the word I only. Rushing, that's it. Rushing, make sure you understand. If you're rushing anywhere, then rush to the word I in Jesus Christ, and that's it. Rushing, that's how you actually live life. Approaching now, I feel my heart is doing better. I'm always making sure I'm doing better in life. I'm making sure that no matter what, that there's no blockages in my life. Because I feel that if you have any, let's say, nice and beautiful poking in the heart anywhere, then make sure you have nothing to do with that. And make sure you have nothing to do with poking in the heart or something like that. So make sure that no matter what, that you just breathe. So sometimes when other people have a poke in the heart or something like that, then all they have to do is breathe. Breathe. And that's the approach. Now, what can that be? I realize it's just that kind of way where you have to breathe into the heart. And that way you're just enjoying yourself. And that's what you need to do. But never rush yourself into what you need to do. And just make sure that you're enjoying yourself and what you are. And that way you're learning very quickly upon being a star for yourself, because you have to go and do some rhythms and rhyming words together as well, and also having fun and entertainment along your life, and have entertainment more in your life while you're doing all your programs, which is the best thing. Entertain yourself always, and that's how you actually grow. So I understand that no matter what, I'm always ready to do what I need to do. I'm making sure I'm very fast and proactive to see my image over here. Everything's the word I. Stick to the word I, and that's it. Because I understand the word I can go now. I understand always. I love I understand that no matter what, it's everything in the word I anyway. So I'm understanding that when I really grow, I grow fast and proactively in the way I'm growing myself. And as I grow myself, I'm learning quickly how to actually dwell upon what I need to do. So what I need to do now is just go and read something. I can go read something now. I can go and just be doing my content over here in the way I'm growing. I'm growing myself and other people along the way. I'm making sure that no matter what I do, I have more than enough to enjoy myself with everything. So that way I follow my heart. I follow who I am. As I follow people, I go and see what people are doing in their content over here. I'm making sure I can listen to whatever's happening. I can go and see Russell Brand, for example. I can also see, for example, with the Stockcast in terms of what they're doing. So I'm not saying, yeah, I approach you, although it's more how I feel that I see Russell Brand over here has something to say. So I want to see his perspective about life. I want to see his information. So he's always doing something. So that's why I'm always following Russell Brand. I see, guys, the feeling I get when I have to listen to Armin van Buuren's, let's say, new tracks, and as soon as he posts a new track, is the same thing in terms of the feeling that you get when somebody posts a music track that's 1 hour long, and you get that feeling that you just want to listen to it. And now what the difference is that I'm making 1 hour music and more, while Armin van Buuren is making up to 12-minute music. So yes, that when somebody makes a new track and then you go listen to it, there's that feeling, yeah? But the thing is that you may be listening to tracks right now, or soundtracks that is up to 12 minutes long, but when you listen to my soundtracks, then it's up to 1 hour long, up to 10 hours long, and up to 20 hours long. I said, because that way, there's much more excitement with me and my music tracks than in terms of their music tracks. So, I want to say that there's more music that I'm making, and there's more excitement around my music when I post it online than when other people post it online. And why is that? Because my music is much more than theirs. You must understand, I make over 1 hour tracks, but they make up to 12-minute tracks. What would you rather listen to? Would you rather listen to 1 hour tracks or 12-minute ones? That's why I'm much more than them in this kind of regard. And that's why people have the same type of feeling that when they see a DJ artist who posts the new music up to 12 minutes long, you guys have the same feeling when I post up to 1 hour long or up to 10 hours long. But I give you more of an experience than they do, because I'm making more music in the process. So that's the whole deal, yeah? And now, anyway, you guys must understand that what's important is just be able to honestly just go and really enjoy your life, and make sure that you're never refrigerating your food in the long term. so you can go and grow yourself in different ways. So you understand that I never refrigerate my food unless I'm at my biological dad's house. But on the run and on the go, I'm just really picking out stuff to eat very quickly upon life. And I'm making sure I'm a vegan. I'm making sure I'm always doing greater in what I'm doing. And I'm making sure that you guys have a greater deal upon life to understand straight away how to make yourself worth it. See guys, if you want to be a superstar and you want to be a celebrity around town, then what you need to do is get on TV. And you have to get on TV faster, because that's how you actually become a celebrity very quickly. So always figure out who you can promote daily and why you can promote them, and just go and look for the crowd, and just go and really be able to go and promote people who are in your life great in terms of life. So if you can go and really dwell upon helping yourself to succeed, I promise you, I can feel, yes, I can say that I'm always making sure that I promote people who I feel are just really, let's say, somebody in terms of life. So I focus upon understanding that no matter what, that I can feel that I'm always learning very quickly upon my life over here. I'm focusing upon that nice and beautiful way of understanding who's actually great over here. So I'm understanding no matter what, I'm looking for Prison Break over here. And Prison Break has some nice and beautiful actors over here who are very great in terms of what they're doing. And I understand other people are falling off the wayside. I understand no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon what's going on in terms of life. So as I really dwell upon the nice and beautiful I'm making sure I'm always learning about different people. I'm learning about promoting different people who I have seen about life differently. So as I go and promote people who are just really into a greater way of life, I understand straight away how to grow, and that is how I actually grow in different ways. So no matter what, I can see straight away people in terms of eternal life saying thank you, I thank you too. And it's much more how I understand that they're saying I thank you, because it's all about the I. I'm understanding I'm just promoting different people over here. I'm making sure anything of life over here has a chance to succeed always. So I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I promote different people, I want to be able to just see differently about who is who and which people are different. And I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how to just go and promote people, because that way I'm understanding straight away how to go and do greater. And that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is making sure that you are dwelling upon something that you love. I promise you, when you do that, then you're focusing on you. Or although when I'm eating, guys, I just make sure to eat one dish at a time. So when I eat rice, I just eat rice. Or else when I eat soup, I eat soup. Or else when I eat bread, I eat bread. Or else when I eat peanut butter bread, I eat just peanut butter bread. I never try to mix all these food into one. I mean, why? Because when I eat rice on one day, then I feel like peanut butter on the next day. And then with peanut butter, I may eat bread. And then for the whole day, I eat peanut butter and bread only. And then the next day, I say, hey, I want to have some soy milk only on today. I just want to have some soy milk today. And the next day, I just want to have soup today. I just want to have some soup today. I mean, you get it? But when you go and you're having meals and you say, I want to have soy milk, I want to have some rice, I want to have some spaghetti and pasta today, I want to have the nice and beautiful chips as well, I want to have some mashed potato over here, I want to have all the fucking food today. I mean, guess what? I mean, what do you want to have the next day? I mean, for fuck's sake, you already ate everything on the first day. I mean, you already ate all the fucking food that you can eat in life on the fucking first day, and all the drinks. You already had a taste of all of it. I mean, now, the next day, you're sick of everything. I mean, the next day, you're sick of all the food now. I mean, understand? I mean, that's why I eat just rice and bolognese right now. And then I feel like some nice and beautiful bread and peanut butter. Or some noodles from that point. I mean, so no matter what that I'm learning, I just eat one fucking dish, and then I see what fucking other dish do I want to eat. I fucking eat that dish then. And then I fucking eat the next dish. But I never fucking eat together any of my foods. I mean, understand? And why is that? Because like that, I get to finish the food, and I never get to be sick of food in the first place. But when you have 100 foods and you eat 100 foods only in one day, in 24 hours, then the next day, you never fuck want to eat those foods anymore. Because you're sick of it, or I mean, you already had the food. But when you eat one of those fucking foods on one day, and then the next day you eat the second lot of the foods, and now you can eat for 100 days those foods. But when you eat all the fucking 100 foods on one day, then you fucking never feel like fucking eating and drinking anymore. I mean, you understand? So that's the whole point. See, guys, the amazing thing about being a music producer is I get to show you guys music, but you guys have no music to show me. I say, ha 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 ha. I get to show you all my music, baby. That I can create some electronic music and I can show you. But you guys have no talent to show me. I mean, you guys have no talent to show me. I mean, understand? Or else, although that you can summon up the talent to show me some electronic music, but you do have talent in something. But electronic music to show me electronic music, I'm pretty sure you guys have no chance to show me that. I mean, understand? But guess what? I want to listen to you and your electronic music. But guess what? Pretty sure the thing is that no matter what, that everybody has a chance always. But that's the thing about music producers. I'm pretty sure music producers can show you music, but guess what? I mean, are you able to show them some of your electronic music?